Good evening and welcome to KTN Business. My name is Abi Agina. There will be no drastic changes in taxation policy. That is the message from the Treasury Principal Secretary Dr. Kamau Thoge ahead of the reading of the budget policy statement in Parliament next week, seeking to calm nerves ahead of the budget treasury. Dr. Kamau indicated that the government expects a nominal revenue growth of upwards of 200 billion shillings, meaning that the increase in the budgetary spending would not mean an increased demand for taxation revenues. He was quick to add, however, that the taxmen would still be required to cast the net even wider in the 2017-2018 financial year. This is the budget of East African member states would also not be read concurrently, as Kenya had been brought forward due to the looming elections. And now to that story of M-Akiba. Kenya has achieved yet another first with the launch of M-Akiba, the world's first treasury bond offered through mobile phone. The bond that was first floated on Thursday morning raised close to R1 million within 15 minutes of its launch. Peter Akaba with more.
The innovation that will be offered through M-Pesa and Airtel Money will see Kenyans from the lower ranks of society invest a minimum of 3,000 shillings in the treasury bond. M-Akiba rides on the success of innovations such as M-Pesa and will use mobile technology, allowing investors to subscribe, pay a subscription fee, as well as earn interest using the Safaricom and Airtel Kenya networks. With 23 million mobile money subscribers, the government hopes M-Akiba will be successful ahead of its main launch, targeting 5 billion shillings in June this year to finance infrastructure projects. Though Kenyans have 3 weeks to subscribe for the bond, within the first 15 minutes of its launch, M-Akiba raised some 847,000 shillings. Trading in government securities has for a long time been the preserve of high net worth individuals who can afford the minimum outlay of 50,000 shillings, and with tranches running into hundreds of thousands of shillings. Today, anyone, even in the remotest part of Kenya, can now trade in a government bond. Peter Akaba, KTN Business.
Indeed, quite a good start there to the M-Akiba. IVECO Industrial Vehicle Corporation, an Italian industrial vehicle manufacturing company, has officially announced its re-entry of its industrial and commercial operations in the Kenyan market through a partnership with Global Motor Center. The company is currently setting up its assembly plant in Mombasa. GMC will be responsible for the assembly and distribution of the brand's full product range in the region, which will include Daily, Eurocargo and Tarak. IVECO is a CNH industrial brand, a global manufacturer of light, medium and heavy commercial vehicles, city and intercity buses and coaches, firefighting vehicles, defense vehicles, off-road vehicles for construction and mining work. Is targeting the Kenyan market, which is becoming increasingly strategic to the commercial vehicles business. Well, every Thursday we bring you our special feature, that is The Adventurer, and a growing trend in emotive advertising that connects chocolates with the love and affection has driven the appetite for the sale of chocolate confectionery in the country. But as many are thinking what brands to get their loved ones, Samuel Ayan saw a niche that calls for European pastries. From a humble start, his business is now turning over a tidy sum every year. Ashley Mazuri tells us just how that cookie crumbles in The Business Adventurer.
The popularity of chocolate confectionery in Kenya has seen a steady increase in recent years because of one simple fact: chocolate is associated with love and affection. Trade in chocolate earns corporate millions of shillings every year, but at the local level is only just beginning to gain traction. Samuel Ayani studied hotel management in school, but soon after found himself focusing on just European pastries, making them straight out of his kitchen. On this particular day, Sam is at Cold Springs Hotel in Karen making chocolates for consumers.
I started this way back in 2007 when I went to France to study hotel management. And afterwards, they saw that that's not what I wanted to do. So I ventured into pastries. I went back to school and did 1 year course back in 2010. And I did a 1 year course and worked in France for around 2 years. Then came back to Kenya in 2014 and decided to do it on my own.
Cakes, eclairs, pistachios, pastries, macarons, you name it. All products that can be made by Sam in his kitchen. But can anyone make chocolates?
When it comes to the cocoa, the original chocolate is from cocoa now. It's divided into the dark chocolate, the milk chocolate, and the white chocolate. So, okay, it's a bit complicated, but as long as you've done it, like for the dark chocolate, you have to melt it first of all at 50 degrees, bring the temperature down to 27 or 26 degrees, and then mount it up to 30 degrees maximum. And now from 30 degrees, now you can start working with the chocolate. So the temperatures vary from the milk chocolate to the white chocolate. The white chocolate, because it has a lot of fat, the temperatures have to be lower when you're using it. What you can also use is a water bath. A water bath is when you put water in a sufuria, put a bowl that has now the chocolate inside, melt it, have another recipient with a bowl with cold water to now bring down the temperature, and then as soon as it has come down, put it back to the hot one, so it brings it up to the 30 degrees.
Even with this vast experience, major brands like Cadbury, Kit Kat and the rest with the market share still poses a major challenge to the business.
To get into the market newly, it has been difficult, a bit difficult, because people are not still used to the homemade bit of the chocolates.
Kenya's chocolate industry has continued to expand over the past years, increasing its market share to 840 million shillings, mainly driven by a growing middle class with Western tastes. However, the same middle class is particular about what it buys, making it difficult for upcoming entrepreneurs to penetrate into the market. I am Ashley Mazuri, and this is The Adventurer.
Quite inspirational there. Many thanks, Ashley Mazuri. And on that note, that's how we wrap up KTN Business. My name is Abi Agina. Thanks for watching. Coming up next is Lin Washira with the day's sports.